Hey guys, it's churches, graveyards and graves, and we're still at St Lawrence's in Walton-on-Trent. Actually, we've just crossed the border into South Derbyshire. I just worked that out. But I've brought you to one particular grave. Now, I look around all the graveyards and there's lots of beautiful graves, but sometimes I come across one that's just got so much interest. So I'm going to show you this one and try and explain some of the symbols on it because they're really amazing. So the grave itself is from 1792, but it's the symbolism that's been put onto it, and you can see it behind me, that I really want to show you today. So here we go. So this is what we call more of a mortality grave, but I just absolutely love it. It's got so much symbolism, and we're going to start with this amazing skeleton on the left. And if you look closely, he's like digging a grave, and he's also got an arrow pointing down. Now all this means something, so whoever carved this grave put a lot of meaning into it. So obviously this is a death scene, and these are relatively rare. Even in the 18th century these were quite rare, and I've never seen one like this where you've got this skeleton digging a grave. So and not only that, he's got this arrow, so now this arrow is like pointing downwards. So this is a full-on death scene, like it's the end of the world, it's the end of the worldly pleasures. And that also goes alongside this. You've got like a globe, and I don't know if you can see it, there's like a snake wrapped round this globe at the bottom of this sort of Father Time's feet. Now these globes represented worldly pleasures, and you've got the snake going round it like an eternity, a time and eternal going round worldly pleasures. But now we've got this skeleton, and it's the burial of all those worldly pleasures. So, you know, all your cars, all your fancy clothes, all your makeup, all your whatever, that's all being buried here in this death scene. Whatever you had in this world is now being buried, and that's what that shows. And again, on the right hand side, we have this hourglass, which also again shows, well, basically your time is up. You only have a short time on this earth before all these worldly pleasures that you think you've stood on have now been buried. So that's really that whole death scene. And then this character, and he's carrying a scroll, and it says, I'm trying to see, time flies from glory, fades, and death's at hand. So, you know, this person might have had lots of things, lots of wealth, lots of what they thought was glory, but you know, all that fades and death is at hand. And here we have this Father Time Reaper figure, and he's actually carrying a scythe. If you see that, see in his left hand he's got a scythe, which means he's harvested the soul and he's carrying it off. So we've got the full death scene here. We've got the ground with the skeleton like burying the person and everything that they stood for. We've got the hourglass saying that their time is up, really. He's reaped the harvest, he's got the scroll with the warning on it, and they're off, their soul is off. And the grave is actually to a Mary Rhea in 1792 and John Rhea. So it's just a beautiful example of immortality symbolism. And some of it's been worn away, you can see the face there, but this Reaper figure is still intact. Now sometimes they come as a Father Time, or sometimes as a skeleton with the scythe and the Reaper. But in this case we've just got the skeleton at the side. Absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful example of a mortality grave. You didn't really see these after the 18th century because for obvious reasons people found them a little bit morbid. But it's also been beautifully carved here with this wonderful decoration. Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing that grave with the skeleton at the side and the hourglass and the arrow pointing down. Often they were like kind of like a little imp saying, you know, that's it, you know, your life is over. You know, they often pointed down, sometimes with fire on top as well, like representing the Holy Spirit, and that Father time, that Reaper figure flying off with the immortal soul in hand. Absolutely stunning example of an 18th century mortality grave. Sadly, it was right at the back of the graveyard, so you really had to search to find that one, but often they are. So have a look round, you know, your local graveyard, see if you can spot one of them. There's some graveyards that are just amazing for it, and if I don't know if any of you are in Leicestershire area, but Mary de Castro, that church is just absolutely stunning for it. 18th century graves, some of the finest examples of those sort of graves are in Leicestershire, so if you're in that area, you know, well worth a look at. But that's just a really fine example of it, you know, showing that wonderful death scene. We don't see it very often nowadays, but you know, they like to portray to us, you know, no point in portraying to them, they're already gone, aren't they? So a lot of the time they actually thought about what they were portraying to us as the future generations. If you like my videos, please like and share and make some comments, and yeah, and I'm on Buy Me a Coffee. So from me and my dog, here she is. She's always very patient. She's also bored out of her mind. From me and my dog, from Churches, Graveyards and Graves, I'll see you again soon.